Welcome to the basic blockading video. This video has been made to show you how you can make an effective blockade with just a few people and a small amount of equipment. Observe carefully and use these ideas as inspiration.
Blockading can be an effective and long-lasting way of direct action. With more people or with more training, you can make a blockade that will be more difficult to move and last longer. Discuss with your group how far you want to go. But always, always keep safety in mind. The key to success is making sure that everyone knows their role and practice. You can use these techniques to block roads, gates, buildings, vehicles, people, and just about anything you can ever imagine. Fashion and safety section. It's important that you dress properly for the action. Wear warm clothes in several layers so that you can regulate your temperature. It is useful to put everything you need to take with you in a bag. Tie back long hair, tuck in scarves, and remove jewelry. This can all be grabbed by police either accidentally or on purpose. Bring a book, water, and food, and if you are doing a sitting blockade, bring something to sit on. Don't take drugs, weapons, or knives. You don't want the police to get hold of them, don't you? And go to the toilet several times before you start the blockade. If you will be blockading for a long time, think about taking a bag or a bottle so you can go to the toilet without breaking the blockade. It's possible to blockade without any equipment at all, but you need to think about how you use your body to make it as difficult as possible for you to be moved. Sitting down is more effective than standing up. These two blockading techniques are more suitable for blockaders who want to reduce the risk of arrest and don't want to confront the police. Going limp will make it more difficult for the police to remove you, but make sure your head doesn't hit the floor. It may only slow down the police for a minute, but if 1,000 people are on the blockade, 1,000 minutes is a long time. If you have a friend that you can blockade with, you can make the blockade more effective by linking arms. It gets even more effective if you can also link legs. Watch out that you keep your hands and feet least reachable. Stay as tight as possible. If you have a group of people, you can make a blockade in a line. It can be useful to have a secret release word that you will use only if you really want to break the blockade. If you hear this word, it means someone is really hurt and wants to end the blockade. Use a word that is unlikely to be shouted. For example, stop is a bad word and vegetable is better. You can also blockade in a cluster. The closer you get together and the more tangled you make yourselves, the more difficult it is for the police to shift you. Watch out for fingers and other bits that stick out. Police will go for this first. Tuck your hands under your legs or up your sleeves. You can make a blockade much more effective by using lock-on tubes. They take a bit of practice, but they are very cheap and easy to make. You can make the tube from metal, plastic, cardboard, or concrete. The most effective is to use the tube with several layers of different materials. You need to find the tube which is long enough so that you can link hands with someone inside it. If it's too long, it will be uncomfortable, and if it's too short, the police will be able to slide it up your arm to get your hands. The tube needs to be just a bit wider than your arm. Too narrow will be painful. Too wide allows the police to reach down beside your arm and reach your hand. You can use a lock-on clip to link yourself together more firmly inside the tube. The clip is in two parts. One is a strap that goes around your wrist. and the second is a snap link or carabiner that you can get from any hardware shop. Proper climbing carabiners are stronger, but they are more expensive. The loop should be big enough to fit round your wrist, but not so loose that it slips off your hand. You link the clips together inside the tube, making it much more difficult for the police to shift you. To make it more comfortable, use fabric to pad the end of the tube and to wrap around your wristband. For a more secure tube, you can put a metal bar through it. If you are using a metal tube, you can weld this into place. In the case of plastic or cardboard, you can just drill a hole in it. You use the tube in the same way, but instead of clipping to the other person, you clip it to the bar inside the tube. This makes it more difficult for the police to slide the bar up your arm. Take care that the police doesn't spot your blockading equipment. They might confiscate it. You can find a legal briefing covering stop and search powers of the police and lots of other things on
www.fastlane8.com.
You can increase your chances of getting to the blockade by hiding or disguising your lock-on equipment. Be creative. You can use street theater materials, banners, or costumes to hide your equipment. You can make the blockade much more effective by using a ring of people sitting or lying on the ground with tubes between each of them. This makes you more difficult to separate and means you can cover a wider gap. If you are planning to be locked on for a long time, you might need to think about having a guardian angel who can dress you, feed you, or help you smoke a cigarette. You can also use the bicycle D-locks to lock yourself to a gate or to another person. Give the key to a guardian angel or put it somewhere safe. This guardian angel might also risk arrest. They should protect you from the police, if necessary, by putting their body between you and the police. This is a risky kind of blockade, so you may decide that the police behavior makes it impossible to do it safely. It's also possible to block roads by making a tripod from scaffolding poles. You will find more details of tripods and lots of other disruptive actions on the website.
This video is supported by From Mother Earth.